What did you say?
Barbada Sikret.
What?
Barbada Sikret.
Mudda sick. Mudda sick. Greetings, everyone. This is another episode of Will Mudda Sick. You're here live at Chosen Few Studios. I'm in the process of waiting for a guest to arrive, or if they're gonna arrive, but we're gonna see how that goes. But we're here. It is the end of the year. So much has transpired over the course of 2023. But I think people aren't in the mood to reflect right now until probably after Christmas, as of this recording. But I'm always in a reflective mood, and this probably come out. I probably drop just the week after, closer to the new year. So, as the year wanes on, people start to reflect on New Year revolution. Not revolutions. Well, New Year revolution, but New Year resolutions. But part of my manners, welcome. If you would like to sponsor this show or any of our entities on the Original People Network, Chosen Few Studios, because we got the Fanatic Islanders and their whole network here too. Feel free to email us at theoriginalpeoplenetwork@gmail.com. Slide in our DMs. You go over to Chosen Few Production if you feel fit. And you can slide it over there as well. But today's topic I want to speak on is everything is temporary. The end will come eventually. Everything has its time and its season. I don't know if that's going to be the full title, but we're going to sort of explore between these two items. I want to just show y'all the rest of the three. We slowly upgrading, little pattern right here. But I got to still change out some of these images. So, they added to the motif of everything. But this is the vibe I'm going off of. And then as you see, I can switch now from my laptop and the switch in the back there. Slow improvements. But as I'm going, I ain't gonna lie, 2023 was a great year. A lot was accomplished, and I came to realize a lot of different things. Especially from earlier on as well. I remember, taking a vacation in January for like almost 2 weeks because it was a backlog, and then feeling sort of burnt out from work. So then I had a trip in February, and that trip just opened up my eyes. It was like, okay, what am I doing? Why am I not growing? Why am I staying in this process of I'm working so hard, but I'm not seeing the benefits of my work? And that trend sort of continued throughout the year. I'm not, due to the course of where I currently am employed, my social life has been decimated. I'm a social butterfly. I feed off the energy of being around people. So how things are situated and how I work into the night at 9 p.m. on a weekly basis, and even now that's somewhat subject to change. I haven't gotten a chance to, lock in and talk to people and really hit the pinnacle of where I'm trying to take my content, this space, all these different things. But you might be feeling at a place like this right now. And I want to tell you is like, this is only a little bit temporary because change is going to come. I want to tell you that it might be night right now, but morning is going to come. eventually. It's only a matter of time. And that's what I had to realize to myself. I learned, particularly over between May and June, that once you find community and you find people that support you wholeheartedly and are just genuine hearted, that nothing else really matters. Because they just want to naturally see you win, and you are giving the energy where you want to see them win. I was just reflecting, like, my place as a prominent Bahamian cosplayer and why I chose this path. But every time I look, there's solidifications as it goes throughout. Because it's like, not only locally, but when I travel internationally, it's like, I get lifted up. I don't get minimized. I get maximized for just being me. And that feeling, you don't necessarily get that feeling throughout your life or whatever. Maybe if you have a group of friends and that's how y'all roll. But for me, that's something that I have been looking for an eternity. And now that I finally got it, it's like, nothing else really matters at this point because we are where we are. But I said that to say everything is temporary. Night will come and morning will come. It's only a matter of time. What I've realized in this past year is that all of the hard work that I put in for years, whether it be with the Jungle Trademark, the Original People Network, me as a filmmaker with Chosen Few, the Homemade Heroes, Justice Zama, Lord Jalen Willard, all the different brands, it's now paying off because it's 5 years into the process. And also, people respect that I've been doing it for this long and still continuing to do it. And this was the intention in the beginning, to just work, keep my head down, and be intentional with everything I do. I just put in the work. But now it's almost like it's almost harvest time. And it's like it's undeniable at this point because there's a body of work over a span of time that you cannot refute. In the position I am now, it goes the same way. Look at my phone going on. Let me see what it says. All right. There's a span of time that it has happened that you cannot refute. There's aspects of investment over this amount of time that you cannot refute. Like even just being here at Chosen View Studios, like I came in this space February 2022, and it wasn't looking like this, but now it looked like this. 3 camera angles, and that's just progress, but we just getting started. There's been other things that has happened and has made me thought, if I start to begin to change some things and push some things, I'll probably be in a better position. But I can't be too hasty in that decision. So I have to, go to God, consult my higher power, and then move accordingly. But that doesn't negate that whatever is good, due to me that is good, it's going to come to me. Because oftentimes you feel, we all human beings feel like we're getting into this process of we just work, and we don't see the benefit of it. Sometimes to see the benefit, you have to make a transition. And that's something that I feel in this next coming year, I need to do. Now that I've gained the knowledge, gained the experience, and gained the foresight of things, now it's time to transition. Now, what that transition may be, only time will tell. But the transition will be made because I never thought I would get to this point in my life, but because of age and maturity, you start to see things that you're willing to deal with and things that you aren't willing to deal with. Like for one, whether it's within my business or with someone else, I put too much years inside different industries to just be a line worker. So whether that be me, well, simultaneously, me being a manager or whatever the case may be, executive, whatever, that transition need to happen because I'm not getting younger and the certain level of, I guess, BS that you have to deal with, well, I had to deal with, ain't really worth it no more. You know, especially when you're proven and you have a great track record. So I say to you, you put in this great work. You put in your 10,000 hours at your craft. You went to get your degrees. You went to get your certifications. But you feel like you ain't moving forward at all. Listen to what I'm saying today. It's coming. Change is coming. You just have to continue to be patient and persevere and make the right moves at the right time. Do not limit yourself into what you can possibly do and who you can possibly reach. Because someone is sitting somewhere waiting to give you the opportunity of a lifetime. And you have to decide within yourself, is this the opportune time to take this opportunity? That's a really crucial key. Or is it time for me to look for this opportunity? So whether those two, is your resolution for 2024, whatever the case may be, it's all great. But I don't want you to feel discouraged. I don't want you to feel sort of disenfranchised, feel like, you've been hustling for no reason. You've been putting in all this work for no reason, because a lot of situations will make you feel this way. Every day you go on social media, you see people living the life that you want. And then you crave that. Maybe in a similar position, maybe in a better position, maybe in a worse position. But what the Father above has laid out for your path and your journey for you to take is good. It's all well-intentioned. And you have to continue to go along that path. But when it's time for a shakeup, just be ready. I'm ready myself for that shakeup. I can see, oftentimes I reflect into myself where the feelings and emotions I had at different ages. Whether it was when I was 16, when I was 21, maybe when I was 25, 26. Now me being in my 30s, I'm seeing everything from a bird's eye view. And I'm like, okay, well, I've experienced these certain emotions a certain way before. I went about it in a different way, which wasn't advantageous to what I need to do at that point. So now with that information and with that experience over time, it's like, okay, let me do, I feel it's the same way, but let me do something different. And I guess that's the path that I necessarily took with creating content like this. Putting pushing Chosen Few Studios and all the great guests that came through this space. You know, other things I do with the space, whether it be the skits or the TikTok and reels with whatever, or, you know, with the interviews or whatever. I'm creating a platform for me, a proof of work. I forget what the word is. Well, you know, my visual resume, my visual, I think it's curriculum vitae. I probably got to get the proper enunciation for that. But the proof is in the pudding. And now it's like, okay, you put in your 10,000 hours at whatever craft. And I feel like I put 10,000 hours into many different things. And now it's time for everything to come together. But the earnest is on me to make that possible. So if it's on me to make it possible, the only person I can blame for it not becoming what it needs to be is me. So with that, I just think in my mind, I'm going to do a lot of things different in the new year. I learned 2023 is very reminiscent to me like 2019. Now, barring a whole pandemic happening again, things line up for it to be nice. But I want it to be more than nice. I want more. My hunger is for more. And that's the same thing you should be too. You shouldn't be satisfied with the status quo. You shouldn't be satisfied with your present form when you know you could do better. Because whatever you're going through, good or bad, it only temporary, bro. Night will come. Morning will come. Whether it be within 5 hours or 12 hours. Things change, seasons change, but certain things remain the same if you have a good foundation. And you just keep on moving. You can't just keep on trying. But also at the same time, you keep on continue to plan to make you the best version of you. You know? My mother is sick. Thank you again for listening to another episode of Where Mudda's Sick. We got so much stuff in store for 2024 that it's amazing. Still on the road to 100 with everything cool. I've been delaying the inevitable because I want it to be a good rollout. We'll see how things happen because I'm supposed to be to almost close there, but you know, things happen. But like I always say, if you would like to sponsor, and that's another thing. 2022, I want to get all podcasts that are locally produced in Chosen Few Studios to have some form of sponsorship. So whatever be Fanatic Islanders, X Mark the Sports, the sit down sign bars, with Mudda Sick, tool for cartoons, everything cool. We need to have an ad. I can just put it out there like that. Businesses, you know, we have a space, we have an outreach, we have on just one platform, on one social media platform, 1,000 viewers, 100 episodes and on 2 shows here at Chosen Few Studios. Come on, man. It's about that time. But I hope you all have a great new year, had a great holiday, all that good stuff. You know, you got everything you want, but now we're in a new year. You've been doing the same thing for too many years. Why don't you pick 2024 to do something different? See y'all later.